a rock star, a filmmaker, and a horror mastermind. Rob Zombie isn't just a name, he's a whole aesthetic. From directing brutal horror films to creating metal anthems that shake arenas, his life is as intense as his art. But what does a man obsessed with the dark and bizarre do with his success? With a net worth in the millions, Zombie's lifestyle is anything but ordinary. Think Gothic mansions, custom horror-themed hot rods, and an insane collection of rare horror memorabilia. But success didn't come easy. His journey is filled with struggles, rejection, and a relentless drive to stay true to his vision. How did a horror-loving kid transform into one of the biggest names in rock and film? What challenges did he overcome? And what kind of luxuries does he indulge in today? Let's dive into the dark and fascinating world of Rob Zombie's lifestyle. Early life of Rob Zombie. Before he became a horror icon and rock legend, Rob Zombie was just a kid with a fascination for the dark and bizarre. Born as Robert Bartolo Cummings on January 12, 1965, in Haverhill, Massachusetts, his childhood was anything but ordinary. Growing up in a household that loved classic horror films, he was drawn to the eerie and macabre from a young age. But his early life wasn't just about spooky movies. His parents worked in a traveling carnival, exposing him to a world of freak shows, eerie attractions, and an unconventional lifestyle. However, after a violent riot at the carnival, his family decided to leave that world behind. This chaotic and thrilling environment shaped his love for the grotesque and theatrical, something that later defined his music and films. As a teenager, he became obsessed with rock music, idolizing bands like Alice Cooper and Kiss. He knew he wanted to create something larger than life, something that blended horror, music, and extreme visuals. With this dream in mind, he moved to New York to study at Parsons School of Design, where he would soon form the legendary band White Zombie. But success didn't come overnight. Rob's journey was filled with challenges, and his unique vision wasn't always welcomed. So, how did he go from an art student struggling to make ends meet to a multimillionaire rock star and filmmaker? Let's take a look at his rise to fame. Career and success. Rob Zombie's journey from an underground musician to a multimillionaire rock star and filmmaker is a story of relentless passion and defying the odds. Early music career. White Zombie. After moving to New York City to study at Parsons School of Design, Rob Zombie wasn't just an art student. He had a dream of blending horror with music. In 1985, he co-founded the band White Zombie, a fusion of heavy metal, horror, and grindhouse aesthetics. Initially, the band struggled, playing in small underground clubs with barely any audience. But their persistence paid off when they caught the attention of Geffen Records, leading to their breakthrough album, La Sexorcisto, Devil Music Volenter 1 Inch, 1992. The single Thunder Kiss 65 became a cult hit, making White Zombie one of the most unique bands in the metal scene. Solo career and mainstream success. In 1998, Rob Zombie went solo, releasing his debut album Hellbilly Deluxe, which became a massive commercial success. With hits like Dragula and Living Dead Girl, he created a signature horror metal identity that set him apart from traditional rock stars. Over the years, he continued to dominate the rock charts with platinum albums, sold-out concerts, and a dedicated fan base. Transition to filmmaking. Rob Zombie's love for horror wasn't just in his music, it extended to cinema. In 2003, he took a bold step by writing and directing his first horror film, House of 1,000 Corpses. While initially controversial for its extreme violence, it became a cult classic and launched his career as a horror filmmaker. He followed it up with The Devil's Rejects, 2005, which was widely praised for its brutal yet artistic storytelling. His biggest mainstream breakthrough in filmmaking came in 2007 when he directed a reboot of Halloween, reimagining Michael Myers' origin story. The film was a box office hit, further cementing his dual legacy in music and horror cinema. Rob Zombie continues to create music, films, and even graphic novels, staying true to his unique artistic vision. His latest works, including The Munsters, 2022, and ongoing music projects, show that he's still a dominant force in the entertainment industry. From sold-out concerts to directing some of the most brutal horror films of our time, Rob Zombie has built an empire. But with success comes luxury. So what kind of lifestyle does he enjoy today? Let's explore his net worth, cars, and lavish possessions. Rob Zombie's lifestyle and net worth. After decades of success in both music and filmmaking, Rob Zombie has built a multi-million-dollar empire, allowing him to indulge in a lifestyle as unique as his artistic vision. Net worth and earnings. With an estimated net worth of $50 million, Rob Zombie earns money from multiple sources. Music royalties from hit albums like Hellbilly Deluxe and The Sinister Urge. Concert tours, where he sells out arenas with his horror-themed performances. Film directing, including cult classics like House of a Thousand Corpses and Halloween, 2007. Merchandise and comics, featuring his signature horror aesthetic. Despite his wealth, Zombie remains deeply connected to his creative passions, reinvesting in projects that fuel his vision rather than chasing mainstream luxury. Mansion, his Gothic dream home. Rob Zombie lives in a Gothic-style mansion in Los Angeles, a home that perfectly reflects his horror obsession. The house features dark Victorian decor, horror movie props, and even a personal screening room. His backyard has custom horror statues, skulls, and spooky-themed decorations, making it look like a haunted house all year round. Unlike typical celebrity mansions, his home feels like a real-life horror museum, filled with collectibles from classic horror films. Rob Zombie isn't just a horror fanatic. He's also a gearhead with a passion for unique, custom-built cars. He owns a horror-themed hot rod collection featuring vehicles with skull decals, flame designs, and Gothic details. His most famous ride is a classic 1970s-style muscle car, which he often shows off at events. Many of his cars look like they belong in a Mad Max or Grindhouse movie, perfectly matching his horror aesthetic. Despite his wealth, Rob Zombie isn't interested in the typical Hollywood lifestyle. He avoids partying and excessive luxury, preferring to stay focused on his creative work. He follows a strict vegan lifestyle, advocating for animal rights and often supporting vegan organizations. Instead of spending millions on jewelry or designer clothes, he invests in horror collectibles, vintage movie props, and music production.